I'm not afraid to talk about a lot of stuff. Let's talk about soup. I love it. I love soup. I eat it up for a lot of meals. It's easy, and I love it. I love it. My favorites? Sure, you asked. I'll answer. Campbell's or Chambles. I don't care. A lot of people, you're like, you mean Campbell's Chunky? I'm like, fuck you. I mean Chambles Chunky. It's better. It's a better soup. It's thicker. A lot of people are like, Campbell's Chunky, that's the best. You can eat it with a fork. No, Chambles Chunky, you can eat that shit with a stick or a car key. If you're desperate, you're probably in a ditch somewhere. Don't panic, it's your last meal. Lick it like a meat cylinder. My favorite soup has to be, finally, I started sweating. My favorite soup has to be Wolfgang Puck, the chicken pot pie soup. It's the best. But then you look at the can and you're like, it says chicken pot pie soup. Okay, I knew that. And then in the corner, all small, it's like everything but the crust. Well, then that's just chicken soup, dick. And I push it off the shelf. Don't lie to me. I don't like lying. Not in aisle 6. I got on a plane with an old lady once, and she was really old. Like, she was like 85, maybe 90, chopsticks in her hair, adorable. And she had a brand new iPhone, newer than mine. I'm like, what? And she was downloading new apps. And then she goes, I keep booty calling everyone. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, sometimes I'll look down at my pants and my phone's calling my daughter. It's like, oh, I booty called my daughter again. I was like, no. And then she said, I was like, I think you mean butt dial. And she's like, well, what's the difference? Can you tell me? And I was like, sure. A butt dial's what you've been doing. The end. She's like, what's a booty call? And I'm like, all right. She's so cute. And I was like, well, ma'am, a booty call is when a woman, not unlike yourself, and no matter the age, suddenly needs the late night sexually specific attention of one of perhaps many male suitors. And she's like, oh, I've been doing that since you had to call an operator. And that's when Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here. It'd be funny if right then I put on a condom. The point is, wear them or don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm 43. What am I gonna? I'm not afraid of AIDS. I'm gonna just die right on schedule. Am I edgier than I think? I mean what I say. I said what I mean. I know I'm gonna die one day, though, and I have it all. At my funeral, it's gonna be beautiful. I've got it all planned. I'm gonna cremate my legs, set those aside for a minute, and then I'm gonna taxidermy, stuff my remaining torso on a spring mechanism. That's why I'm doing that. So the casket will pop open, and I'll be like, "Hey, kids!" There'll be kids there, and then I'll rotate, go towards the audience, and I'll be like, have a saxophone. That's why I'm doing that. It's me with a saxophone, and then beautiful saxophone music starts playing, like, that's more of a trumpet. You know what a sax sounds like, just beautiful sax music, and then birds flying out, or crows, I don't know, or a smoke machine, dry ice. I don't know, I haven't bought any of the supplies. I'm not even sick, but I will pop up. Hey, and then there'll be a Chuck E. Cheese band behind me, like, he's dead, he's not alive, or a better song. And it's gonna be amazing. Everyone's gonna be like, what in the wah? And then right then I'm gonna launch my leg remains out of a t-shirt cannon, like a t-shirt, like, just into everyone's mouths. Like, what is that, talcum powder? It's legs. You're at a funeral. You know it's powdered legs. Why'd you sit up front? You never even called me. I think that was my closer. That's all right. But this is important to me. A couple years ago, I was on stage, or I was about to get on stage, and I got a text from my sister, and she was like, our mom died. And I was like, holy shit. And then they go, next up, Chris Fairbanks. And I went on stage, and I had the best set of my life. This is not what I planned to have happen. And then I was like, well, you know, when I stand him right there, my mom died. And they kind of nervously laughed. And I was like, yeah, they're laughing. I have a job to do. And so my point is, if you're feeling bad, the most important thing to focus on is making other people happy